I used to think I'm the problem.
Firstly, thank you so much for clicking on my video, it means the world to me. If you're new around here, hi, my name's Liv. I'm a 26-year-old first-time mum living in the UK, and I've got a 2.5-year-old wild child called Arlo. Being a mum is the best thing in the world, but also extremely challenging, and over the last 3 years on YouTube, I've hacked my mornings and life to make things as easy as possible. So I thought I'd share some of my best sanity-saving mum hacks to make your life easier and less stressful. And oh my gosh, this video is jam-packed full of useful ideas, tips, as well as mum reality, whilst I take you along on a typical chaotic morning in my life.
We will be fine, safe place.
Cracking straight on with a hack that has saved me many times when we don't have food in the fridge, or I've got a ravenous toddler that his stomach is like a bottomless pit, and that is batch cooking things to keep in the freezer, whether that be toddler snacks, toddler breakfast, or even meals, like proper meals. And on those days where I just can't be bothered to make something fresh, but obviously I want him to still have like nutritious meals, it is such a lifesaver, and you will never look back if you start doing it.
Ooh, Steve, I found it.
But that's all days now that we see each other.
Good morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. We want to cheers. Cheers. And welcome to another video. I'm a tractors. I'm a 26-year-old first-time mum to my little boy who's 2.5, Arlo, if you're new here. And this morning was an early start, if I'm honest. We actually had to take Daddy to work, didn't we? We drove him to work. Did you see a race car? Yeah, you saw a red race car. So that was really, really early. I just went in my pyjamas. Now it is about 9:30. He's already had about 3 breakfasts. But I made him another one. He's already had a packet of crisps this time. Biscuits.
I love
Yeah.
Big one now.
Big one.
Well, big one, that one.
Yeah, big one. You want some in your cup?
No.
Arlo likes to be part of the Coffee Mum morning crew, don't you? We like to have our coffee together. Obviously, he's just got milk. And what I've done is I've defrosted a blueberry banana oat pancake from the freezer for him, and that's just cooling down. That is like one of the biggest mum hacks for an easy breakfast, easy snack idea. You're doing well on purpose, aren't you? But what I thought I'd do is pop on the camera, show you what we're up to this morning, and also show you some of my top mum hacks to make life easier. You just spat on me. To make life easier in the morning. Anyway, I'm gonna have my coffee and then I'll catch up with you when I'm making the bed.
Can we slow down, start over? Come closer. Oh, someday we will collide.
Arlo, where the devil are ya?
Where we can hide our
Coming together. Do not throw things at me. Oh, it's messy.
Need my potato.
Next mum hack is for those mums that want to look more put together but don't actually have the time to do so, and that is using heatless curlers. I'll link the ones I have in the description for you because they are such an easy way to give yourself that extra self-esteem boost. And I will be honest, this morning I took them out and re-put them back in because they were so messy. But even if you pop them in with damp hair whilst you're doing like some of the jobs around the house, it just gives you that extra bouncy blow dry vibe. I'm on a mission this year to have a mama glow up and reclaim some of my identity and confidence back that I lost when becoming a mum, and this definitely helps. Also, something that's been a huge part of my 2024 so far is doing my timed reset speed cleans whilst I fake tan and glow up, and I've had tons and tons of people message me about these, and I've made so many videos on my channel, so check these out afterwards too because it's such a good idea.
When we wake, hear the birds and feel the sun. Side by side, our fears are done. All the good times just begun.
After we make the beds in the morning, it's time to get Arlo ready and do his second nappy change of the day. A little tip as well is next time you're at a supermarket, I go to Tesco, what I do is grab some fruit and vegetable bags. I use them for toys mostly, but I also have one bag in each room with wipes, nappies and nappy bags in, and just like a few other essentials. And it really does make life easier, just so you're not running around like a headless chicken trying to find a nappy. So that is a hack that I'd say I've definitely picked up over the years that's definitely helped make my life and my mornings a lot easier. Something I also love is over the door hooks. I've got like a 2-pack from Primark that was super cheap, and I just use these to hang coats on downstairs, and in the bathroom I use it to hang my wash bag. By the way, this wash bag is really good for adapting to put toys in on the plane for your toddler. But it's just amazing just to get things up off the floor, and it's just a great small space saving hack. So we love that, and also we like the suction range from IKEA, which you've just seen there. Arlo has his toothbrush in it, he used it to hang his towel, and it just gives him that independence. And they're only a couple of pounds, fab for Montessori learning, as you can adapt their height as they grow up and give them that independence to do it themselves. And then I give him a sticker if he's done it fuss free, and then basically if his chart gets filled up, we'll take him to the toy shop and he'll get a toy. And this seems to be working better as he's got older with the stickers.
I thought I'd just grab a minute to catch up with you guys. There's been a lot going on at the minute, and I actually feel like in this day and age it is so difficult, almost impossible, to be able to afford to live and actually be in a position to be able to like start your lives for this generation. It's so hard. And we have definitely in the last few weeks just come to a lot of like home truths and realizations about our situation, about buying a house, about having like another child. It's just a whirlwind, so much pressure. And I feel like in the UK it is just so hard for people between the ages of like 20 and 35. It's so impossible to be able to do anything. Like in terms of buying a house, like we just aren't going to be able to buy a house unless we move. Like we are considering moving across the country just to be able to afford to buy a house, because in the south we just can't do it. Like for example, we would only ever be able to afford to buy a house on shared ownership, on the shared ownership scheme, where you pay like a percentage of the full market value of the house, like a share of it. And houses around here are about 450,000 for a 3-bed house for the new build homes. If you're looking at further north, you can actually find ones for like £250,000. That is insane. It's like literally half the price if you move like a couple of hours out of the south. So we are just weighing up our options, but at the same time we want to sort of like set our roots, have another child eventually. And also this year we're very mindful of the fact that we need to be applying for schools for Arlo. So we're just a little bit up in the air, not sure what to do. And we are also delighted, to say the least, because our nursery fees are finally going down. Oh my gosh, we literally send Arlo to nursery 1.5 days a week. That is almost £500 a month for 1.5 days a week. It's literally mind-blowing. I don't know how people send their children to nursery full-time. There's just no point in even working. The whole system is completely messed up. But finally, we are able to get on a scheme for a couple of months until he turns 3, and then we'll go on to 30 hours free childcare. But at the minute it's going to be 15 hours free childcare. However, the nurseries are really struggling to be able to like foot the costs, and we have actually had 3 increases in our fees for nursery since Christmas. It's been mind-boggling, and they've also just come out and said that to pay for things like nappies, food, like the standing charges, they're adding an additional £2 on for every hour that they go to nursery. So they're having to really like up and ramp up the costs. So I am excited to see how much it's going to go down. I'm hoping it's going down as much as I think it is. And I'm just so glad that there's actually something being done about the nursery costs in the UK, because it's so bad, isn't it? It's crazy, really crazy. Like I've not been able to go back and do a full-time job, like progress my career in what I was doing before, because I just can't afford to do it. So many mums are having to give up their careers, give up their like ambitions, because they just can't simply afford to have a child. So yeah, it is really, really difficult in this day and age in so many different ways in the UK. And to be quite frank, I was actually looking at visas to move to Australia the other week, and I was just saying to Mikey, please let us move to Australia, be in the sun, be by the beach, and just live life a completely different way, because I personally do not like the UK. But Mikey will never leave the UK. So we're just trying to work out what we're going to do in terms of maybe moving across the country. It's difficult. It is really, really difficult. So I'm just getting ready to go out. The next little mum hack I would say is a must, and so good for holidays, so good for sleepovers, is the trunkie. We got ours from Boots. I will link it for you in the description. But it's so handy, even if you don't have a lot of things, you can just fit teddy bears. That's his clothes. And then also I've got this, which is a mini version of the big play pouch I have downstairs. This one is from Play and Go, and it's the Miffy collaboration. But I just put all of his toys in there and then just tighten it up and then put them in there. So he's got some toys over at my mum's house. He's got so many, but he likes to play with like a few different things that she doesn't have, like Play-Doh. So I'm going to put those all in there, shut it up, and then he can sit on that. And we just like wheel it through the airport. When we're like in a rush, he sits on it and we just pull this little strap. And he loves it. And then yeah, take it for sleepovers and stuff as well. So it's such a good mum hack. I've got another amazing one to show you for the car, so I'm just going to run out in a second and I will show you. In my last declutter video, I completely changed around Arlo's playroom and just made it more Montessori, more simplistic, as to be honest, I was just sick of cleaning up toys, and it was the best thing I've ever done. Now I don't spend more than 1 minute cleaning up his toys, and it's because of this play pouch. It's a play mat that you then pull the strings and it pulls all the toys together into a little bag that you can store away. I try and do this before we head out, just so we come back to a fresh playroom, and it literally takes seconds. We also have a waterproof one that you may have seen on my vlogs last year for outdoor toys in the summer. Arlo also has his own fully working handheld vac. I'll link the one we have. It's super affordable and I make it accessible to him, so when he makes a mess, he can just go over, put it on and hoover it up, which is so useful. I think it's so good as well to let them do these sort of things, just to build their own self-esteem and confidence. And to be honest, he absolutely loves cleaning. He is such a mini hincher. He's been mopping the floor since he was 6 months old, before he could even walk.
I can see the sun staring at you when you make that smile. I'm moving closer to you now. I can't get close enough somehow. And I was down until you saved me, until you set me free. My eyes were closed, now I see clear as day. And I just wanted to say that you can take me high. Feels like I can fly. I don't need anybody, I don't need anybody else. No one will ever take me, no one will ever take me away from you. I promise I will hold on to you. I don't know what I'd do without you. Without you. You can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high. Feels like I can fly. You can take me high.
So we're very shortly going off to see my nan and granddad. My mum is meeting us there because Arlo's going for a sleepover later. He's coming back tomorrow at about 1 o'clock because he's got a birthday party to go to. And I'm really excited for it, but also I'm just a bit worried because it's a costume party. And if you've seen my vlogs before, I've mentioned the fact that Arlo may have something like sensory processing disorder or something like that. I've got something along those lines too. God knows what I've got, but I've definitely got something similar to him. But for him, one of the main things is like nails, if something's on his hands, if something's on his feet, and also clothes. So this is like the costume that I could find that was like the least sort of like invasive and restrictive, so we've gone for Woody. But even now, I've tried to like get him to put it on now so he gets more used to it tomorrow, but he's not having any of it. I'll try again in a minute, but I just can see in his eyes, he just doesn't like the feeling of it. So, but I don't want him to be the odd one out. So if any other mums have this with their children the same as me, please do like comment or message me on Instagram, because I just want to speak to someone a bit more about this, because I am a bit concerned. But then again, it might just be like a typical toddler thing, I don't know. So we've got that tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't end in tears. Do you want to put your arms in, baby? Okay. You don't want to be a cowboy. Okay. Okay, so we've got this little outfit formed for today. These are from Zara. I always have to get him like a little bit smaller because he's a very tall boy, but he's got a very thin waist. But I will link this little lamb fleece and also my one that's matching, because they've actually both got 15% off this weekend. So I'm not sure how long the sale will last, but I'll link it for you down below, because it's such a nice little moment when you find matching things for mama and son, because there is hardly anything out there that's really nice. So I'll match those for you. We wear them all the time. And these jeans that I wear all the time, they're so good. They're like a little bit flared at the bottom. They're just like the perfect comfortable mum jeans. And I literally would die without them. They are my staple jeans. So I'll link them all for you just in case you want them. We're just gonna get ready to go out now, tidy up a little bit, and then I will catch up with you. The process of getting out the house is an impossible task in itself, and I know going outside to let the bunnies downstairs in their house is one of those jobs I dread and find so difficult because Arlo has to come with me. So I keep some chalks by the door ready to grab so he can just do some pictures on the patio. And not a mum hack, but an item we've got for his second birthday that was really well used, and he's still using now as it's getting warmer. I searched high and low for this, and this slide is amazing. It's only £45, and you can also fold it up. It's something you definitely need moving into spring summer for your little one. Please also do tap that subscribe button if you're still watching. I would really appreciate it. I'll link the slide for you just in case it helps someone too. And a new find I've been loving and wish I'd found earlier is the Wild Ride toddler carrier. Whenever I go out the house for a walk or when Arlo's on his scooter, I just pop it on, and if he wants to be picked up, instead of breaking my back and loading myself up like a blooming donkey, he can just sit on the Wild Ride carrier really easily, where his weight is like resting on my hip. I'll do like a little demonstration video as well for you. But I've got a discount code, so I'll pop that in the description as well. But it's one of those things that I never really knew was invented. I thought it was just for babies, but it's been something that has really changed the game for me when Arlo wants me to pick him up when we're out. Speaking of scooters, we love this little toddler scooter, and the wheels also light up. You can get ones that fold down too. You can buy these scooter bags to attach on the front, and oh my gosh, it's been a lifesaver. I also keep nappies, wipes, a drink, snacks in there, and sometimes when we've been out and he's been asking for a snack or needs a nappy change, I realise I've actually got it in this little bag as a backup, and it's saved my skin many times already. Also fab if we're going on days out like to the zoo, so he can carry his own things in his bag instead of me lugging it around. And if you're not all hacked out yet, then I've got this one as well, which is a tablet and phone holder that can be used for front facing, rear facing, and this one's from Temu. I found it really difficult to find one that was suitable for when Arlo's rear facing, which he is in his car seat, but this is amazing, and especially for those long car journeys like we're doing today. Also, if you're trying to keep them awake and they're about to take a danger nap, you can just pop Mr. Tumble on full blast and try and keep them awake for longer. I've just arrived at my nan and granddad's. My mum's just taken Arlo out the car. It's about an hour's drive, so he really enjoyed watching Hudson's Playground on YouTube on my phone with that little like phone holder. Such a good idea. I love it so much. I love that you can also like put a tablet in it. But I really hope this video has helped you in some way. I hope you found a hack that you're going to use that will make your life easier. I feel like for us mums, that is what it's all about, because life is chaotic, it's mayhem, and I feel like we need hacks. Sorry, the neighbours just come out. I feel like we need hacks and we need like little tips just to make our mornings or our days smoother. So I
So I really hope this video has helped you. Arlo is a bit moody this morning because he's had like 2 sickness bugs back to back, so he's just on like the tail end where he's still very groggy, but hopefully he's going to be okay for my mum. But I'm going to stay here for a few hours, and then I'm going to be going to get Mikey because we've only got 1 car. So I'm going to go grab him from work in a few hours. I'm also just going to set my robot hoover on a timer to hoover the house whilst I'm out, so then by the time I get back everything is clean and the floors have been cleaned. You can also schedule it to mop the floor, so I'll link that in the description for you because it's really affordable. It's a really affordable hoover, like mind-blowingly cheap for what it is. And I'll also pop like my discount codes for like the wild ride, and I'll try and link as many things as possible, but let me know if I missed anything out. And if you haven't already, please do go follow me on Instagram. Today I've actually hit 80,000 followers, which is just crazy. But yeah, do make sure you go follow me on that and subscribe here if you haven't already. Pop this video a like as always, and I will catch you guys in the next one.
We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold